Karen Dawson, what a fucking bitch she was. Oh, pardon my French. Swanning in here like she owned the place. Well, yeah, of course I made her come up to Cheshire, mish. I'm far too busy with the swimming pool installation to go schlepping down to London. Turning up here in her boring grey suit and sitting on my lovely leopard print sofa like it was a giant turd. I wish it had come to life and bitten her head off. I do, mish, honest. It was Kwame who told me to use her because she got him off that stupid involuntary manslaughter thing. I mean, it wasn't his fault the other car was driving so slowly. So he's juggling calls to Karen's law firm and calls to Billy, who he's known ever since they both played for Tottenham. And I heard him say to Billy, my Danny would never betray your Christelle, and that's that. Anyway, when I told Karen it wasn't me who leaked those stories to the Sun and that Christelle was a lying see you next Tuesday, she just looked at me. Then she stared for a bit at the big nude photo of me Kwame has insisted we hang above our imported marble fireplace. Oh no, mish, it's a really classy pose. You just wait till you see it. So she looks at me with a smarmy smile on her pale mouth, which quite frankly could do with a bit of lipstick. I mean, it's only manners, isn't it? No makeup just makes it look like you don't respect the person you've come to see. So her pale mouth says, yes, of course I believe you. But her piggy eyes behind those horrible glasses says, you're a lying slag. Well, I knew what she was really thinking, because I'm good at reading people. It's because I'm a Scorpio. We got really good intuition, so I wasn't fooled by her at all. So she says, yes, of course I believe you, Mrs. Asamoah. And that was taking the piss too, because she knows we aren't married. Well, not yet. I mean, obviously Kwame still wants to, despite the unpleasantness, or he wouldn't be planning to get me that ring. Yeah, the one I showed you, mish. 3 carats. Oh, and our Amber is so excited about being a bridesmaid. So then she says, but Mrs. Asamoah, I wonder if you could just explain to me, in your own words, how you think the story about Christelle's labiaplasty, which she insists she only told you about and no one else, might have ended up on the front page of a national newspaper. And I said, well, I simply don't know, Karen. And she said, is there any way you can account for it? And I said, well, she obviously told someone else, didn't she? And she said, but she insists she didn't. And at that point, mish, I will admit I lost it a bit. I mean, you know me. Remember that time I went nuts in domestic science and threw my blancmange at Mrs. Myers because it wouldn't set. So anyway, I said, excuse me, Karen. Why do you keep asking me that? I'm the victim here. Christelle sent out all those tweets accusing me of all sorts, and that's why we're going to High Court. And she said, well, there are some discrepancies in your initial statement. And I said, are you calling me a fucking liar? And she said, there's no need for that kind of language, Mrs. Asamoah. Then I was having to apologise to the cow. And now she's got me on the back foot, hasn't she? And so before I knew it, I'd sort of admitted to her that I might have got a bit smashed with Ronnie Singh at the Zoo Bar back in March. Well, he just got that job as showbiz reporter, hadn't he? Yeah. So, then Karen starts acting all Judge Judy and got all official with her laptop and typed out everything I said. Kwame's insisting I've got to do the necessary and protect my reputation. But honestly, if it means I have to deal with Karen Dawson QC, I'm not sure I want to. In fact, I'm starting to think it matters more to Kwame than it does to me. I know he's having to put up with a bit of unpleasant chanting from the opposing fans, but well, that's just part and parcel of a footballer's life, isn't it? What's that, mish? They've started chanting, Kwame Asamoah, your bird's a lying hoa. I don't get it. Oh, maybe he's more upset than I thought he was. Maybe he suspects I may not have told him the whole story. Oh, that'd be awful. Thank Christ Karen isn't allowed to tell him anything I say. What do they call it, mish? Lawyer-client privilege. I can't even tell him I had a row with Karen. He thinks the sun shines out of her arse. In fact, he told me once, when we had that awful row back last summer, that if he ever wanted to split up with me, he'd get her to look after his interests. Yeah, those exact words, mish. Can you believe it? He said she was so good she'd even be able to get him custody of Amber. Come to think of it, he really went on and on about me using Karen. Told me I could trust her completely and I had to tell her the whole truth, even if I didn't tell a single other person, because she's working for me and no one else. Mind you, he's paying her, of course. You don't think... No, I'm being stupid. No one could be that devious.